Everyone, welcome to October and our numeric forecast. This month is basically an outcome of last month's cycle, September. Every time cycle kind of create a certain evolution, so to speak. So September was a month that basically it was a lot about soul searching, and areas of trust came to play, areas of, I would say, what's the plan was the main question of September. A lot of it was casted in an illusionary sense of self. So as we enter October, the illusion part is dissolving, but there are still physical ramification for how we perceived our condition, how we perceived taking certain action to plans still within a transient time, new normal, in a year of when everything will be questioned, everything will be tested in the areas of trust and connection versus the areas of, I would say, conflict and creating conflict. A lot of us creating conflicts on our own without the necessity to create one. Now, October is under the cycle of the number 3. And that means much more social interaction, much more social interaction around community and food. So just be mindful within that aspect of gathering to be cautious. We're still in a time of pandemic. So when it comes to food, being social, a lot of areas of conversation and I would say creative exchange will occur this month. So that's a 3 cycle. Also very impulsive, very dramatic. So if you have a tendency to create drama, to create a bigger story other than what is actually happening, then watch it in October. Don't create unnecessarily dramatic ramification out of your experience, so to speak. So 3 is drama. It's the drama in terms of like even the occupation of being an actor or being an entertainer. It will show up a little bit more in October. Also, 3 has to do with the areas of food. We're gonna get into that when it comes to matters of the heart. The influencing number this month is a 5, which has to do with physical body, physical consequences, physical environment. The recommendation is like if you neglected anything to do with your physicality, physical condition, pay attention. Take more to heart to take care of your physical body and physical condition. Also, it has to do with the aspect of communication and teachings. Within the context of drama, food, nurturing, impulsiveness. Impulsiveness will be the call of the day. So instead of being impulsive, try to pause before you make crucial choices. Pause. Especially in the areas of energy and money, pause and weigh the pros and cons. Write it down and then make choices around energy and money, as well as the aspect of healing. Healing, especially with the physicality of our condition, our physical body. In matters of the heart, we have an interesting archetype. When we look at a chart, numeric chart, matters of the heart are associated with how we make choices, how we emotively connecting, and what likely we are going to do about certain situations. So when we have a 12 in the matter of the heart, 12 is the archetype of the good shepherd. It's an energy that we will take on other people's needs before our own. So there's an opening there. It has a positive side to it. But here's the thing. You will find yourself, especially in times of constraint, in times of issues of trust, in times of physical movement and physical consequences. A lot of people moving, there's movement right now. Like changing the chairs in our reality and our basically physical consequences will take play right now, and a lot of them are not based necessarily on I would say consciousness, because the 3 is associated with reactiveness. So there's a lot of reactiveness that will play a role in physical consequences and reaction. So when it comes to the 12, to that, there will be a lot of people that you will suddenly cross paths with that will ask you to do things for them. So I think it's good to do things for one another, but as a matter of creating more space that is not reactive, pause for a moment and see if you can take on other people's requests before taking care on your own needs and requests. At this point in time, you need to actually, especially in the areas of energy and money, you need to pause and see if you can take on more of others' needs or others' requests, others' suggestions, because on our path, there will be more occurrences of the need of others to be nurtured, to be taken care of, to even take care of their emotional needs. Things like that will show up more frequently in October. So just pause and make a plan around what you're gonna do for others' needs. But make sure that you take care of your own base and needs so you can actually take on others' requests. That's all I'm saying. In the base of the chart, when we're looking at a chart, there is a base, there is a foundation that everything rises from. The base of this chart of October is under the vibration of 14. That's a very significant number. 14 has to do with physical as well as mind, mental consequences. So there will be rushness, there will be a desire to do something extreme. Make sure you pause before you act. You pause before you act. The mantra or the saying for the months is take a moment, breathe, no rushing. No rushing is our consciousness at this time. There's no rushing, especially when it comes to travel, when it comes to driving. Pause, make sure that you have everything you need, and then take on traveling, driving, helping, carrying stuff. Make sure that you pause before you act. The balancing act for not reacting physically or feeling kind of trapped is third eye. 6. The number 6 is associated with our third eye, with our consciousness. So if you are accustomed to meditation or to some form of things that kind of get you a pause, do that every day. make sure that you pause and then you take on what you need to accomplish or achieve during the day. If you are a meditator, make sure you meditate more frequently and on a regular basis. 6 is also associated with the home, associated with being discerned. So discernment will save us a lot of headaches. Don't take on other people's opinion just because they shout it loud. Don't take on other people's demands. Discernment, who comes to our space and who's not, will have a crucial role this month. The home, the family, even with the home and family, there has to be some sort of discernment. Make sure that you provide space for yourself and for others to kind of look within. Make a little bit internal order before acting externally. The conclusion is really create more space this month for peace, internal peace and harmony, so the fluctuation or the weather report or the physical consequences outside are basically just a different flavor that we need to engage with. It's not something that we need to react to or take on. Peace and harmony. Hari Om.